Alright guys, welcome to another video. It's my boy Jace. So some people have wondered where all my stuff's gone. So I'm lucky that I have a great friend like Jace. He has some property not that far really from where we live, and we come out here and ride the motorbikes anyway. And he's offered us this space, and it's, what are you calling it? Lukey Land.
Oh, it's a Lukey laydown area, or Lukey laydown land or something. Lukey Land's the new track, bro.
Oh, okay. And the kids are, go, you can go for a sesh now. Head out the front. So, yeah, you're good. Yours is warmed up now as well. Just put your helmet on. So, yeah, anyway, we have the containers out here. We're doing like a pretty cool little setup. We brought obviously the roof home from the canteen. Get Jace the door up. So we've got some roofing stuff. We've got all the rest of the roofing stuff from the track. We're basically going to do a roof in between. So I'm keeping my trailer here, and you know, we've got some of the cars in here and a bunch of my stuff there. And yeah, so those of you that were asking, still have a ton of stuff. I did just lock that container. I probably should have showed, but it's all my little, like, I'm 40, yeah, so I was kind of late getting into cars from a sense of, you know, I didn't get my license until I was nearly 22. But in that time, you know, I've accumulated some stuff. There's still a ton of it at home, but I've got the rest of it in that container, and it's a whole 40-foot container just full of like goodies and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely have to show you guys one day, and I'm gonna have to fix the choke. Anyway, we'll talk about more stuff soon. Beast. You gonna look after the containers, bud? You gonna look after the containers? He's a big puppy. Big puppy. He's a big puppy. I think he's as big as Dad, huh? Alright, kids had a ball last night. It's the next day now. Taking the Raptor. If any of you know the saga, if you've been here long enough, you know the saga, you know this is my replacement Raptor, and I'm going for my second service now on this replacement Raptor, and I have an issue that went wrong from the first service, which was I had a driver's seat that squeaks, and you know, they sort of said it was all fixed and everything. Obviously didn't fix it, so I'm going through that again, so it'll be funny to let you guys know how that all goes, because the servicing in general has been that's what's let the car down the most, is bad service stuff. The car itself is sick, I love the Raptor, but it's just, yeah, the servicing departments for Ford are just so bad, and taking shortcuts and clearly letting the apprentice do all the work rather than having any actual skilled mechanics. I think it's just the way things are these days, but we will see.
What's going on?
I just got here. Where are we?
Down there.
Good morning, Sesh.
Shit.
Have you already been kicked out?
I got in trouble for hitting my bumper. Yeah, no good. Pulling axle stubs out of the diff. Sounds like it's about to blow up. So we're not going too bad.
Keep sending.
Yeah.
Keep sending. All right, I'll come and have a gaze.
Alright.
Alright guys, so as you can tell, I came out to morning session to have a look. Went and dropped the Raptor off. They have a bunch of new staff there apparently, so I guess I'm hopeful that everything will get looked after properly as far as my Raptor goes. Drifting has got really weird at QR. Admittedly, it's been a long time since I've been out here, since the whole tyre fiasco. Now it's cones, and unfortunately everybody I've spoken to has been in trouble already today, and it's on their last warning, or had their last warning and already been, you know, actually I don't know what happened to my mate Shane. He was on his last warning and was meant to get kicked off, but then they didn't, so I guess that's pretty good. But it's just very, 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 very different from a sense of just distinct lack of vibes compared to what it used to be. But I'll probably come out to the next morning session just basically because there is actually going to be a ton of track time, because there's not very many cars out here and stuff, so from that perspective, morning session's still definitely a session to go to at QR if you want to like do some good drifting. Friday night's coming up this week as well. Weirdly, they've put all the drifting that they have at QR, well, I don't know about all, but I know this month they do have a Wednesday and a Friday, which we should definitely be thankful for. But Wednesday and Friday on the same week is kind of weird. Like, it'd be good if they sort of had, you know, 2 weeks apart or something at least, so we don't have to wait, you know. Obviously you could do this Wednesday and Friday, but then within southeast Queensland, you're waiting another month before you can drift again. So hopefully they sort of do something with that so you can do a bit more drifting on the main track more than once a month, like one part of the month, I guess. It'd be nice at least twice a month to be able to hit the big track. And I know there's quite a few events happening over on the car park skid pan thing over there, so that's probably good. I don't know, it's just a scary time. Like, I moved to Queensland because there was a ton of drifting, and now there isn't a ton of drifting anymore, and it's just such a strange place to be. It's like now all of a sudden, like, Victoria's got more drifting than Queensland, which is the strangest thing in the world, where it was by far the other way around for a long time. So not ideal. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to move to the States. I'm still going to try and make it happen, but otherwise we need to try and get more tracks going here in Queensland. See how we go. Weird intermission, but you see I just went to morning sesh and it was weird. I can't explain it, but the vibes just aren't there. I was having a little chat with Mez and we're just chatting about the fact that Queensland is such a weird space right now, because it literally went from by far the best place in Australia to live for drifting to, like, I wouldn't say the worst, but there's probably the you know, it's just not what it was. You know, went from Archie multiple times a week, went from like Friday nights and all that stuff at QR, which was all ran super fun. You know, they weren't stressing on stuff. It was pretty bloody relaxed up here, and everyone always said, you know, how relaxed it is up in Queensland, and now it's a lot less relaxed. And I don't know, I'll probably go out tomorrow and check out the Friday night drifts and see what's happening at that event and see how that's run, because I know they put up a post about a bunch of extra rules and stuff too. I'll be just interested to see how it all goes, and fingers crossed everything can like start working better in Queensland, I guess, from a sense of, you know, everything sort of runs smoother and doesn't turn people away from drift, because right now I feel like people are getting turned away from drift or are less interested in it. I've already, you know, I'm seeing a lot of drift cars up for sale already. People looking at other alternative sports and things like that. So that's crappy. While I got you, we got merch left. Definitely grab it. My Club Outrun stuff. I'm wearing AU House at the moment. But the Club Outrun stuff, we got a ton of that. Tiana's put it all on special. So definitely go on there and check that out. And anyway, let's get into some work on the Suzuki, because it's here and I can do some work on it. We got new hubs. That's right, we got new hubs. All right guys, so we got 2 new hubs. Very happy with that. So we are gonna put new hubs on both sides of the Zook. So it's all gonna be new. I've also got new hubs, which I haven't brought them out here. They're inside. So I've got new locking hubs. So we're gonna chuck those on as well. The only thing that's difficult now is got to separate essentially the hub from the disc, and they're like definitely well and truly stuck together. So we're going to do a bunch of hammering and a bunch of less than favorable things to try and get these things apart right now. those of you that were yelling at the screen while we were doing that, we just worked out we need to take out the studs. So I'm going ahead and pushing the studs out now. I'm sorry Toyota guys, we don't know what we're doing, but we do now. It's gonna be great, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You're a patrol guy.
Exactly, I was being quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm a Toyota guy. I'm not a Toyota. Am I a Toyota guy? I've got some Toyotas, but I'm not. I don't know anything about Hilux studs. Anyway, we're gonna keep doing this. This is me giving up. Not really. Kind of. Actually, kind of is, but it isn't. This is me doing the smarter thing. When I picked up the hubs, I got told about from Ryan. Told me about these bigger stud conversion you can do, and it's sort of a good way to go about things because then stuff won't break anymore. I'll have to explain more when we get there, but essentially it's upgrading your studs into the locking hubs so I never have them snap off again, which is what happened to me, the reason I was looking for a thread doctor, all of that stuff. So this gets rid of that drama. So we're going to go down there again, and he's going to do a bunch of drilling, machining, threading, and upgrading my new hubs, all my old hubs, we haven't decided yet, up to what we need basically. And that will mean no more hub locking issues in the front of this car. I did have plans to go away wheeling, but I'm not going to make it now, unfortunately. We're going to go out to a 4-drive park this weekend, but unfortunately I'm not going to make it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to still try and get stuff done on this car, but the other thing we're still trying to get is this joint from there to my steering. Anyway, let's head down to this shop and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to interrupt this quickly right here, guys. We have the Kansai wheel giveaway, and I'll put the poster here. Boop. Right, get in lukefink.com, grab yourself a sticker. Basically, it's a raffle, like a raffle. It's $50 a ticket. You get a sticker anyway. We throw a few extra little goodies in there. And yeah, get yourself a set of Kansai wheels. This is eligible for world ride, guys. Anybody in the world can win this. Jump in on it, lukefink.com, 50 Australian dollars as well, guys, not US dollars. So it's like 30 US dollars to jump into this. Get yourself, like, I don't know, whatever it is, worth of wheels. They're expensive. They're not cheap. They're definitely up there, but they're super rad wheels. You get your choice of any wheel off the Kansai wheel site, where that full drive stuff, their 15-inch stuff, or any of their 17s, 18s, 19s, whatever you want, you can get from Kansai wheels. So definitely jump on that, guys. And we are going to be drawing this Monday, guys. So this Monday the 26th, we're drawing this, guys. So jump in quick. It's only a few days. Cheers. Anyway, guys, I'm down here at RDR Industries. These guys specialize in like fabrication, obviously, but they do a ton of work with like doing really cool off-road buggies and like all custom arm setups. Do a lot of stuff with patrols, like definitely worth hitting him up. But they do this essentially, I need to go ask him, but it's like a 10mm bolt conversion. I'll let him explain it. Let's go in. Introduce yourself, Ryan.
Ryan from RDR Industries.
What, I didn't know this was a thing. You said other people do. Obviously, right, I'm still new to wheeling and, alright, no, that's a lie. I'm not new to wheeling, but I'm new to modifying my 4-drives. My other ones, I got them as they are, wheeled them. The Zook I had before this, which was pretty crazy, I bought it, it's like a full, it's basically was like buying an FD car for our drift guys on here. I went the whole hog straight up, realized it was way too much, ended up buying the Suzuki that we have now. And even up until the point where I chopped it and we put the cage in and all that sort of stuff, I haven't delved into the mechanical side of the car other than changing the CVs. And I'm basically trying to make the truck better, and there's a lot of things I clearly don't know. And then I meet gentlemen like this who can actually teach me a few things, or lots of things, because they build like comp trucks and all kinds of rad shit here.
There's nothing here other than this thing, which is actually sick, but to show some of the workmanship, which I just showed you guys in that little montage. But essentially we're going from, I don't know if I showed you guys, I'm pretty sure I did, but the hub, the locking hub broke off of the Suzuki last time I took it out wheeling. The studs were stuck, obviously, because they stayed in the hub and basically ruined the hub when it came out, because it sort of wrecked, what do you call it, wrecked those little spindle hole things?
The dowels.
The dowels, that's the one.
The locating dowels.
And then what do you say? We're going from 8mm to 10mm, is it?
We're going from factory 8mm to M10, but 12.9 grade.
That's stronger.
Yeah, basically flywheel bolts, essentially.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
So you won't break these, you'll break everything else around it.
So what I will break is lots of these, which is fine because these are sort of the fuse. So we'll essentially see the locking hub now as the fuse, and we'll break the internals of this before we break anything else. So this is like the way to go.
Well, that's a lot easier to fix in the bush than this is.
Yeah. And then what's the next step from this?
So we basically bore them to size, we tap them, and then we deck them all.
Wait, is there a stronger way than this?
No, you can't really go bigger than this because you run out of wall thickness.
But I mean, obviously, we'd go to, you could go to that fully locking hub like I had. What's that called? The
Dry flange.
Dry flange, yeah.
Yeah. When you got a dry flange though, you'll start breaking stuff internally rather than externally.
Yeah, which is my concern as well, like to have this fuse. Because in theory, I shouldn't break CV in an axle. I shouldn't, you know, if I went dry flange, I wouldn't be breaking any of this now. But what I would be breaking is then everything goes back to the diff center and I'd start blowing diff centers. It makes a lot more sense to run a fuse like this and have something like this break where I'll be able to just take spare ones with me and be able to change them on the side of the track, get back into full drive again and get home. It's not necessarily that I'm going like super far out bush for this car, but you don't want to be in a situation halfway up something or somewhere down the bottom of something where it's a huge climb out where you're having to winch yourself all the way out or something like that. And there's huge recovery because you couldn't fix your car easily on the side of the track. So that's the whole reason behind all this. I know for the Hilux guys, you probably know, but if you don't know, this is definitely the move. And hit up Ryan. Do you ship them out as well? Are they something you offer?
Yeah, we do. We can supply brand new genuine hubs as well.
Yeah.
And then we can supply you brand new genuine hubs that are modified and then send them to you, or we can do exchange. So exchange is generally what we do.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. So that way it's a quick turnaround as well.
Yeah, exactly. Not like me calling him up and being like, hey, can you quickly just fit me in this afternoon? There wasn't actually a real rush to this because I can't get the other steering piece I need, which you discussed with me as well, which I have a Heim that'll work. I just don't have the other bit we spoke about, so I don't know. I'm trying. Setup. Double shear?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yep, we're gonna do a double shear setup. Let me steal one off before we do this, because these are really cool. Ryan introduced me to these. Oh, freaking hell, I dropped it now. Explain. Like you did to me, because these are sick.
It's an M10 Nordlock, so it's basically a two-piece washer.
N-O-R-D?
Yes.
Yeah. And show us in there. I should be able to see when you pull it apart, or is it not good to pull it apart? Oh. So these weird locking mechanisms. These are something I've been newly introduced to, and I think they're an absolute amazing idea. And again, people that know about them will be like, as if you didn't know about it. I didn't know about it, but they're essentially a crush washer.
Yeah, yeah.
But once they crush, that's it.
Yeah.
You're not, nothing's backing out.
No, they lose their tension after the first time. So you basically tighten it up, and then they don't come out.
Yeah, they don't come out. Yeah, which is sick. So essentially, thread locker without using thread locker and making your life hard.
Yeah.
And messy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but you obviously can't reuse them, but the thing I really like about them, well, I'm gonna like about them, is I have issues in my 370Z where shafts always come loose. So I'm gonna go buy a bunch of these Nord, yeah. I'm gonna watch this video and remember it and write it down, but whatever the Nord things are, I'm gonna go get a bunch and start redoing the 370Z, because I still have to put the rear hubs in the 370Z, the new knuckles. So I want to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to get some of these washers and stuff, which I need to buy another couple anyway, huh?
Yeah.
We don't have quite enough here, so...
Yeah, we're too short.
Yeah. So I'm going to end up with a ton of them.
Yeah.
What do they come in, like, only in packets of lots?
No, you can buy them singly, but you can buy a box of, there are 2 pieces to 1 washer, so you buy a box of 200, I think, now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to start doing it on the 370Z, because if any of you have been watching the videos, you'll see the 370Z, when we did a nut and bolt check on it, all of my drive shaft bolts were loose. And I know they were tight, and they made themselves come loose, so it's definitely going to be a game changer. So, it's all good.
They're not super tight.
Yeah.
So when you get home.
So this is the whole 10mm conversion. We've gone from tiny little, wherever they were in the old hub, I don't know where they are, but tiny little bolts, and now we're
big dogs.
Big boys. So one less thing to break out on the tracks, which I'm happy about, because I haven't really had many issues with breakages, but it was the first real breakage on the car, and I knocked it right on the head this time. Knocked it well and truly on the head, because you run it with like 40s and stuff, and no dramas.
No, nothing.
Just smashed everything else now.
Yeah, well, I never broke anything, but I mean, everyone else seems to.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully I'm not too rough on it, to be fair, so good. Thank you very much, sir. So RD Industries, and find you on the socials.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, www.rndindustries.com.au. A bit of everywhere. So
bit of everywhere.
Punch it into Google and it comes up.
There you go. Oh, actually, before I go, update on the whole Ford situation. They completely messed me around, and to make matters worse, turns out I'd been driving my Raptor around for the last 7 months unregistered, because when we had the whole Raptor replacement happened, they didn't put the car, when they transferred this new car into our name, they used an old address, and Tiana actually said to them when they were doing the paperwork, that's the wrong address, and they said, well, it doesn't matter, because we'll get emailed our rego. Plot twist, it's a business, so we don't get emailed, we only get paper mail. We never got it. So yeah, we'd been driving around for 7 months unregistered, and when it came to doing the test drive to work out why my seat's broken, they couldn't do the drive because the car didn't have registration. So I spent the first half of today getting my car re-registered. I actually had to go and get a roadworthy again and register my car. So luckily in that 7 months I hadn't been pulled over or anything, but I just didn't know. I didn't know, and it wasn't even something I thought to check or would have thought to check, because obviously they send you an email or a letter. And yeah, so big, I guess, definitely their fault. Definitely their fault, there's no doubt about it. But you know, hugely lucky, and probably something I guess we should keep more of an eye on. But it's a hard thing, because the car's in a business name, you can't actually check it online either. It's a really weird situation with the way business rego works. But that happened. I do have some dash cam footage I'm going to chuck in here.
What are you doing?
Did the service on this.
Service?
And yeah, and some transmission lazy kind of thing. And
huh?
It says in the morning.
You're doing a gearbox?
Oh fuck no! I don't know how to do the gearbox, mate.
They're very lazy, just like me. What did you do about the squeaky seat?
Nah, I told Brendan, like, because we already looked at it before and someone repaired it. I don't know what to do. So I told Brendan, like, whoever did it, he can look at it. He said that that's fine. He's gonna find out who did it. And then,
you reckon they replaced the base, or?
I think so, but it's the metal base. If it's making squeaky noise, it's
just
actually
silicon.
I just lubricate everything whenever I could, but let's see the next step.
Now that dash cam was from in my Raptor after they'd done the service on it, which I can tell you they've charged me for stuff they haven't done. They didn't do tire rotation. They didn't change my air filter, which they charged me for changing my air filter. A few things like that, which I'm pretty upset about. I don't know whether I'm being a Karen or not, but I don't know. When you're paying for something, you should definitely get it. And then on top of that, they told me they couldn't fix the seat because they couldn't replicate the noise and blah, blah, blah. When you heard in that video, they clearly didn't even try. So that's pretty disappointing. I think I'm gonna try a different Ford dealership. If that doesn't work out, then I don't know. Honestly, I'll probably sell the car because it's not really worth having a new car if the service and the warranty isn't, you know, worth it. I think Taylor Ray went through something very similar just recently, and it sort of came to the realization that what's the point of having the new car and having all this warranty if they don't really help you. You know, even though I did get this car replaced under warranty, the amount of crap I went through to get it and all of that sort of stuff, it's like you almost would have been better off buying an older truck, like, you know, maybe a GQ or something, modifying it, especially with having a YouTube channel, you know, something I can make content with, and also have like a pretty damn cool custom 4-wheel-drive. So I don't know, it's all there's a million ideas going around my head at the moment, especially without having a track and, you know, having a lot more free time on my hands right now, but also being extremely busy just sort of catching up on life, because you don't realize how much time the track did take up. So it's been interesting life changes, I guess. So yeah, anyway, I will wrap it up this time. Remember to check out the store. Thanks for supporting, guys. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.